Hey everybody, this is Big Benedict. We're on Chapter 6 now, the Lycanthropes Castle. I apologize, in the last video I called Chapter 5 Chapter 6. This is the actual Chapter 6. We're starting out in the bottom part of the water sanctuary, and we're going to make our way to the upper ramparts. We have a bit of bitter business to deal with the bone dragon, the drunken skeleton, as some people refer to him as. But I'll be taking you through that, and I'll be trying to minimize your frustration level with the dealings afterwards. It's really bad. There's no checkpoint. But for now, I want to talk about this crystal skull here. You want to grab this, and there's also a Talisman of Rebirth hidden in a little groove in these rocks over here. Now, since I already have a Talisman of Rebirth, it's going to give me the monetary equivalent of what one costs at Merciless shop. It cost 50,000, so that orb right there gave me 50,000. You want to purchase arrows at the store. You want to purchase incendiary shurikens. You want to upgrade weapons. You should have probably quite a lot of money by now, so you might as well upgrade some weapons. I would recommend upgrading. I upgraded this weapon that I'm using here, the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang. I think it's a really level-handed weapon. It's a very controlled and self-sustained weapon. It's a little bit slower than the Dragon Sword, but I like it. And I leveled that up to level 3. And a very important upgrade, if you're going to be following my strategy, is to upgrade the Lunar to level 3. I imagine a lot of people have already done that, but it was one choice that I decided to save for later. Here's me trying to do UTs on the fish, and I actually got one right here. See, they're not aggressive if you don't do anything to them, but the second you strike at them, then they get on your ass. So, okay. So, okay. Also, I always forget to mention, at the store you want to only have purchased 2 herb of spiritual life, so that this one over here will give you that third and final one that you can carry in your inventory. It's not a big mistake if you purchase 3. If you do purchase 3, the chest over here will just give you some orbs, and if you took any damage like I did, then it's a good idea to get some of your health back. But we're going to be getting all of our health back at the save point. But the biggest issue in this level is the water demons. I think they're very aggressive here. So start charging your attack here. These guys take a massive amount of damage from your health bar. It's really amazing how much hits they take off your health. But that box right there that I passed is it contains Nimpo, so it could fill up your Nimpo meter. So you either want to use it on use the Nimpo that you start out on this level with, since they always restart you with Nimpo. And then get the chest, and then go to the next part, and then just not use Nimpo on the next water dragons, or just don't even use the Nimpo at all. Kill the first batch of water dragons, or excuse me, water demons. Get to the save point, and then use the magic. Use your magic to deal with the water demons. Save it, and then come back and get the chest. Even if you're at the save point, you could still go to Merciless shop anytime you please. So if you get to the drunken skeleton, as many people refer to him as, I don't know how that name ever latched on to him, but I don't know. He doesn't really look drunk to me, but maybe he's drunk on bones, drunk on fucking bones. Anyway, hit the save point here. Now we're going up here. Water demons. There's a lot of these guys all over the place, and an Azuna drop with a level 3 weapon like this, or the Lunar, or the Dragon Sword. The name was escaping me there for a moment. Won't kill these guys. It's really unfortunate. You've got to do 2 Azuna drops to kill these guys. I don't know. I don't really like that. If there were only like 2 or 3 of these guys at a time, then I could accept why. Then it would be more valid to have 2 Azuna drops kill them. But when there's like, how many are there? Like 6 at a time? That's not acceptable. 1 Azuna drop should kill these type of foes at the number that they're giving us. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, so you see, I wasted all my Nimpo there, but I had that chest back across the way in the water sanctuary to fill me up, and once I get the Jewel of the Demon Seal over here, you'll notice that my key bar filled up. That's because I went back and saved it and I got that chest. Alright, here's the Jewel of the Demon Seal on this course right here. Also notice that I upgraded my Lunar to level 3. You can tell from the design of the weapon. Now we're going to be using the key to open this door. And to initiate the boss fight, you have to kill a lot of these bone scorpions. And during the fight with the bone dragon, he's got these guys crawling around the entire time. There was only one instance where I seem to have killed all of the bone scorpions, but I think it may have been an atypical situation where it wasn't the way it was supposed to be working out. But you can make a ton of money on these these little scorpions, these bone scorpions, as I believe they're called. You could even grind for money on the boss, since there's so many of these guys. And you can get it. I think I got about $40,000 to $50,000 on average on the boss. And when I say on average, I mean because I think I beat the fucking boss about 4 or 5 times. Or no, it was probably about 3 times at the most, but it felt like more because it was so much of a heartache. I assume they give you a checkpoint on Warrior and Mentor mode. I never died after the guy, and I just didn't even know. But so many hard-won battles against that guy because he's pretty tough. So my strategy on the Bone Dragon. Typically on Sigma 2 would include spamming UTs with the Endless Fang because it has a wide diameter of area damage. See right there? That's guard lock in effect right there. It's not any kind of thing that's broken with the game or your controller's broken. It's not any of those issues. It's a fundamental aspect of this really great combat system in this game. Some enemies, if they're very strong, like one enemy will guard lock you, and guard locking means that when you're guarding and you're trying to evade away to get away from the enemy, the game's not letting you until a certain time, until a certain number of evasion attempts on your part that all fail. And I like it. It makes the game really interesting and even more in depth. But the Bone Dragon, I was discussing my tactics for dealing with him on Sigma 2. They don't hold any weight here since we don't even have the Endless Fang. So yeah, this fight didn't start off with any auspicious beginnings here. The guy kicked me right in the fucking face. But, okay, so, as I said, you could grind for money on these bugs to your heart's content here. What I do in the course of this battle is, in chronological order, what I do is, I use all my Inferno Nimpos. Use your Inferno, aim it at his heart right there, where it's going right there, or the center of him. Just move the camera up to when you're charging when you're releasing the Nimpo. So that takes away a pretty large damage. You don't really want to go up to him and hit him. It just doesn't take away much damage. What we're really depending on here is the flare attack, that move right there, that flame flash finisher move of his UT. That's what we're depending on to take away a pretty good amount of damage. It's not that great, but it's not like so marginal that it's like chip damage. It's not that. So I'm using the Life of the Gods once my life is low and once I've used all of my Devil's Way mushrooms. That way I have a full bar of health, and this amount of health right here is not very much. I really have been conservative about not using my Lives of the Thousand Gods and such like that. So from this point of the battle on, I'm going to just let him kill me because I have a Talisman of Rebirth enabled in my inventory, so I'm going to deal as much damage to him as I can. And all I'm doing is charging an attack. By the way, whenever the battle starts, press the RB button to get the fixed camera off. You want to be free to move the camera around and check out what's going on with the Bone Dragon, seeing where he is, where the scorpions are. I'm just getting off charges, and in theory you can be invulnerable for the great majority of this whole battle during all of these animations. You have some recovery time where you don't have iframes after the UT, so if you're in a dangerous spot, make sure you drop Nimpo right away, or do another charge if there's any more essence by dash evading, but you may get into one of those situations where he grabs you. His main attack is like the kick, and he does a smash with his hand down on the ground. He also grabs you. You can get out of it, and it won't outright kill you, but it takes away about 90% of your health. At my health, it probably would kill me right now. Any grab of his. The grabs really aren't an issue. This arena is very large. Right there, I perished, but I had the Talisman of Rebirth. So I had to use quite a bit of items. And I've done this fight where I use very few items, and then I'll get killed in the next section. It's just very criminal to have this situation that it exists with no checkpoint. Now, a moment ago, you saw him fall on the ground and give you free damage. You could hit him in the groin. On Sigma 2, you would be able to hit him in the groin in this pelvis area where that skeleton thing is. I don't know. That part of his body's weird, but I don't know, he doesn't have a dick. He's dickless. But anyway, in Sigma 2, you could, when he was stunned on the ground, you could deal really good damage. And all your ninpa that you would throw at him when he was sitting down, getting stunned and giving you free hits would take away like twice as much as it normally did. But here, it doesn't even do jack shit. So the best thing to do is keep doing these attacks, keep farming for essence, keep doing your UTs. He also, once you see him kick, like you see him kick right there, he likes to go on kicking jags where he kicks like once, twice, even 3 times in a row. So if you see him kick once, it's a good chance he's going to keep kicking. See that? He's kicking. He's on one of his jags. I think he is a very predictable enemy in theory, but he's got such a large range. But that's kind of mollified here by the fact that the arena is so small. So just keep doing your UTs, even if it's an ET, don't worry about it. We're mainly just kind of chipping away at his health, in a very careful manner, and in the process getting a lot, and I mean a lot of money. By the end of this fight, you should at least, there's no reason you shouldn't get like 40 to 50,000 essence during this whole fight. It's plus, killing the boss. But the thing is, there's no checkpoint, so if you die, all these efforts are going to be in vain. But I'm going to show you the best way to deal with the situation ahead. But it does require a little bit of luck on your part. So here's going OT status. Okay, so now we cleared him. No checkpoint though. So there's going to be a chest up here and a couple of water demons. Fuck the chest and fuck those water demons, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But first spawn, these guys are going to come right out of that hole in the wall. Just come back here. Don't engage those guys. Those guys slaughtered me so many times, and you see I fell right there because it's kind of dark in this cave. So okay, the thing is, until the save point, you're going to be facing nothing but water demons and bone scorpions. The bone scorpions never stop spawning. These guys do, however. There's 3 fights with these guys. I think there's 3 at a time, and it's best to hang back here and shoot UT arrows at these guys, or throw incendiary shurikens. I kind of mix it up. I like to get my 700 per kill on these guys. It might even be more for these water demons. It could be over 1,000. But just bear in mind that it's really easy to make a mistake. But it's priority number 1 is to get these guys gone, because we're going to have to kill these guys. Then we're going to run into an area where there's some bone scorpions, but then we're going to have more of these guys running out. Then you go into the cave where the bone scorpions are. Then more of these guys come. So there are about 9. I know there's 3 spawns that occur, so I'm pretty sure there's a 9 count of these guys. Also, when I said fuck the chest a minute ago, that's what I mean. Do not get any. There's 2 chests you could possibly get. They'll probably equal your death if they're the bats. How shitty is that of this game that they do that? So they'll either give you some money, which never exceeds $1,000, or they'll give you bats, which will probably kill you because of their flapping wings. See this chest right here? I'm going to zoom in on it. Fuck that chest. Never get it. Never get the next one either. It's really so cheap on the game's part to do this. Anyway, we're going to be spawning the next set of water demons up here. They're going to run out right about now. Get the hell out of Dodge.
jump all the way back, even if you fall all the way to the floor, and it happens to me, and it's gonna be kind of a joke up ahead that I put it twice, once in real time, and then I slowed it down so you can see just how stupid Vic Benedict is under pressure. But it's not really any kind of pressure that makes me feel bad, because all it is just cheap and dirty tricks that this game's doing at this point to me. So here's a second group of enemies. So take these guys out, and then there's some bone scorpions. Now, I have never been able to not. I've never really attempted to kill all the bone scorpions, but I've never been able to just like kill a set of them, move on, and get to the next part, and then kill the next set. It's just like they never stop spawning. Their spawns are erratic. And they can kill you pretty quickly too. It's not like God of War 3 on Chaos Mode, that kind of thing. If you're familiar with that, you get a little bit more leeway in this game. And that game is just ridiculous, but that is my favorite franchise of all time. Really looking forward to God of War Ascension. Anyway, so there's the last guy. I decided to throw an incendiary shuriken at him because he was really fucking pissing me off. I'm sorry to swear here, but this is so awful. Okay, so now there's one more set of water demons. They're inside this cave, but there's these guys in your way. And then there's this one guy hanging on top of the roof right there, but he won't ever come down. So you throw incendiary shurikens at him, then his ass will come down. So charge your UTs here, and once you get an area cleared, I don't even know if it would help to have magic here. I guess the Flaming Phoenix would help you to give you some protection, but even then you're not like invincible during it. Right here I'm trying to get a little bit of essence or possibly a Nimpo drop. These guys are just they're just all over the place. But the reason I'm saying not to fight the water demons either is they'll kill you, they'll murder you. Okay, up here, just listen when you're playing the game, just listen for when they spawn. You could hear them. They're very loud. So run back here, again, get the hell out of Dodge, and just get over here and start throwing incendiary shurikens or sniping them out with the bow and arrow. They have a green electric attack, but it really doesn't come into play here very much because we're distanced so much from them. They will throw it over at us, but we're just so far away from them that it doesn't have any range, even though it's a projectile attack. Okay, so this guy, that's the last guy. Okay, so there's no more water demons. Even if you fell all the way to the bottom, they wouldn't spawn again, because trust me, I did, and I will. You'll see me, and it's funny. But these guys, look, these guys spawn again. I'm like, just get out of my way. Part of me just wants to take my time and kill them all. Another part of me that just wants to get to the save point wants to just cut through them all with like a flying swallow, over and over and over, flying swallow, flying swallow, flying swallow. But they like to grab you. See that shit? Look how close I was to death right there. So it's that point. Okay, fuck that chest too, right there to the left. It's like a jailbreak here. So you see this? Okay, look. This mover. Okay, look right here. Fell off. Oh, I didn't fall off, but I'm going to fall off because these guys are going to overrun me. See, more bone scorpions. And wow, I fell, but it wasn't that bad because this area is right next to where I fell, or where the cave starts. So that's not bad. Fuck that chest. We're going to be moving up here again. Try this over again. I don't know what he was throwing the shit out there, but I'm not going to swear so much. It's not in my nature to do so, but this is so awful. If there was a checkpoint, it would be fine, but if there's not, trust me, I died 3 times doing this. So more bone scorpions. The only way I know how to get over there is with the flying swallow. You see right there? Wow. See how much I suck? Wow. Going all the way down. And for everybody's convenience, I had to fast forward this, me backtracking all the way back up here. It can happen to the best of us. Fuck that chest I just passed. And go up here. There's some more bone scorpions. You know what? Just don't even fight them. If I were you, I would not even fight them. I don't know, because they're never not around. They keep spawning. Fuck that chest, remember? So these guys here, You know, I would clear a set of them with a lunar, but I know they just come back, and I know that they would flank me. So this right here, I don't see how you could do this jump here without a flying swallow. So do the flying swallow there, and then just try to get over here quickly as you can. I think there's some guys over here. There normally are guys over here, so let's see if there are. Yeah, see how they just spawn out of nowhere? Just hustle your ass up here. And just don't fall there. If you fall there, you're fucked, man. Anyway, head on up here. We're going to get a crystal skull. I'll stop swearing. We're going to get to a save point. Then we're going to start having some fun. So there's the crystal skull right there. And then we're going to be trying to enter Volf's castle after the save point. Okay, so what you want to do now is head up this area here. Go up on the tower. You're going to get grains of spiritual life for free, so might as well take advantage of that. And there really isn't a store for quite a ways away, so that store right there is a really good opportunity to get a lot of money. And I'm going to try. I didn't spam UTs on these guys, but I ended up using quite a lot of money on on weapon upgrades. So I will have to do some UT spamming inside the castle. But that's how these guys are best taken out anyway. So no lesser fiends in this game. This game has lycanthropes, which makes a lot of sense, but I don't like the lesser fiends anyway. Those guys from Sigma 2. With the hollow chest cavities. Anyway, flip back right here, charge up. There's no risk because you can save it. You could save it anytime you want, trust me. So if you're making progress and you're doing well, just save it. You're not less of a player. You're actually smart. You're smarter than some fool who just charges into the fray. Okay, so now jump down here and open the door. Fall back, charge up, and if they run over you and maul you and kill you, don't worry, because you just saved it, hopefully. Killed a bunch of these guys. This is at level 3, by the way. I have, at this point in the game, I have 4 weapons upgraded to level 3. I got this weapon, I have the Lunar, I have the Falcon's Talons, and I also have the Dragon Sword. So, Water Demons up ahead. So, I like to equip the Dragon Sword for these guys. Again, it takes 2 Azuna drops to kill these guys, unfortunately. I did confirm whether or not you can or can't Azuna drop off a fly swallow with the Falcon's Talons at level 3. You cannot. Part of me was hoping you could on these guys, but they're just too big. You can't do it. You have to do it on the smaller enemies, like the mages and the IS ninjas and the other warriors. So, do the wind path off their heads to stun them too. It's a good idea. And now we're going to have another set of the water demons up ahead by the cannons up here. So go to about where I do, and then lightly jump like right there. Then lightly jump like I did. Charge your on landing attack, and take care of these guys. Then we're going to have a rather long section, but I have a really good way of dealing with it. I've done it. I did it every time on mentor mode. Every time I would die, but these guys are very, very. They're gals. They're females. My bad. I always forget that. They've got those breasts right there. So anyway, those jab attacks that they do are really bad, and they also have a grab that they do with that starts with their tail, and then you can barely get released from it. So up ahead we have you're going to see another iteration of the water demons. They're the same thing. They're just skinned differently. These guys are like the gray ones, the brownish ones. So this fight up here, this fight starts with I think about 4 of these guys here. And then it's just one at a time, and then the fight concludes with like 4 more. So that's how the enemies are just distributed in this part of the game, alongside these mutant bats. I imagine that if you wanted to run back to the save point and unspawn the bats, you probably would be successful in doing so, because that's how this game really works with airborne enemies for sure. But don't do that. It's really not necessary. So switch to the bow. You have an infinite amount of arrows. So how this works is that you kill one mutant bat, and then it'll cause another mutant bat to spawn, and then it will also cause another water demon to spawn. So I like to stand over here, so I have easy access to all the arrows, even though you really don't exhaust them throughout this fight. So you see I killed one mutant bat. Now I'm falling behind here because I know one of the water demons is going to spawn. And they spawn from the other side of the castle front. So here he comes. A UT will kill this guy. They've got the same HP as the red ones. They're just a different skin. So we're going to shoot another another mutant bat. And now I know another water demon is going to spawn. So I'm going to come over here, charge up, and I know this one and the next one miss. I hate that. Nothing irks me more than missing that. So I'm going to OT him instead. Now we're going to shoot another one, and then he's going to fall, then the water demon's going to spawn. So it just repeats until, yeah, there we go again. Love to miss. Really love to miss. Okay, so that guy's dead. Now kill another one. And they're in this section of the game. They're I just took that one. I didn't give a care. Okay, now I'm going to run back here. Sometimes the thing about this is that like you'll kill a mutant bat, but then they may be too far away from you, and you need to start your charge. And sometimes you can't help but absorb the essence that you reap from the bat to start your charge to kill the water demon. So I really just kind of eat the cost of that, so to speak, and just let it be. I'm a very bad aim. I should get an achievement for worst aimer or something. But so here another. Is this where the water demon? Sometimes they stop spawning, and that's your cue that. Okay, yeah, there they come. Okay, this time there were two, or no, were there? Just one. Okay. So it starts out with there's four, then it's just one at a time. So here we go. The hit detection's really bad for the player. I mean, when the player is trying to shoot at stuff, but God, when these guys shoot stuff, it's accurate every time, of course. Okay, so he's dead. Now I'm going to run back here and charge. There does come a point when no more water dragons will come down. Water demons, sorry. Okay, so took care of him. And a moment ago I was saying that on this particular map there is the area where the Test of Valor is, which I'm not going to be doing, and there is also a box that contains Nimpo. Okay, so this set, this was the point of the battle where two spawn, and it doesn't start. The count doesn't start increasing by one. It's just that that was the final. That may have been the final demon. Water demon. So now my priority is to possibly charge, and this time they stop coming. So I had to say, you know what? Let's release the charge and see what's going on over here. Well, what's going on is that it looks like the mutant bats are all gone. So I'm going to restock on my arrows. No, there's a couple more. There's a couple more flyers over here. Okay, but the thing, there's two things you should know about. This guy is over by the dome. There's two things you should know about, and both will potentially get you killed over here. When you go to get the chest, your punishment for getting the chest is getting ambushed by 3 to 4 water demons who will come up behind you and sneak up on you. And then when you go to the save point, your punishment for trying to save all your data after doing all these long processes is to get ambushed by 3 beastmen. So I would advise once you do all this, just save it. Save it whenever the battle's done. Save it before you get to the chest, and then save it before you even go to the save point. What I mean by save it is just go back all the way to the previous save point. It's still accessible at this point of the level. So I'm going over here. I know the water demons are gonna flank me. Well, not flank me, but just sneak up on me. There they are. See, that was my punishment for getting some Nimpo. It looks like they only gave me 2. How generous.
So here I'm throwing incendiary shurikens during this fight here, and look, more mutant bats spawned. So the priority now is just to toss incendiary shurikens. You could hold 30 in your inventory, and they cost 200, meaning that to get from 30 to 0 would cost you at Miramasa Shop $6,000. To get 30 more shurikens, that's a pretty good. Well, I would say that's a pretty good deal, because that's the same cost. $6,000 is the same amount that an herb of spiritual life costs, and we all know how little that refills your health. So having 30 of these can just really do some very good damage if you're low on health, or if you just need to speed through something and just do a lot of quick kills, because these things are very powerful. And that's why the bodies that contain them are very rare to come across. So there's, I think that was the last guy. And now, unless you know about the little trick that the game does on you, I knew about it, so I was aware of it. So come on over here, and the save point's glowing, but look how it dims right when you come over to it. Those cheap-ass bastards. And you may ask yourself, why be so overcautious right there? That's because I went back and saved it. I knew that these guys were here, and I wanted to kill all of them with a UT and get as much money as I could. And that's my own prerogative, and I don't even care. So, save it. Okay, so we're going to hit that save point, and then I believe this next footage is a bunch of fast-forward speed. There's a finite number of these demon birds up here, so take your time and get a bunch of money. There's 350 essence per kill to be had if you get a UT. It's kind of risky, though, so, you know, and I have to go back and get arrows frequently. I would probably say that you probably want to kill one of the birds and then absorb the charge, absorb the essence to get yourself a red charge. That's one of the safer ways to do it, because even though you can get it on landing charge, it still takes a while to do a charge. It's the same duration of time, but it's just that on that vantage point right there, it's pretty close to the bird. So, okay. So I was kind of running around over here because I heard a bunch of bird sound effects, but I figured they were all gone. So go over here, and I think I fall back. Yeah. So just okay. So we have these two foes right here. These beastmen, and then once you crest this little top of the roof over here, right over there, then you want to fall back and charge. I got grabbed there, of course, but. Yeah, I'm gonna have to apologize right now, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of UTs on these beastmen because they're worth over 1,000 each. So, yeah, I just apologize for that. I know it's kind of boring to watch stuff in when the person's just doing UTs. Wait, so this room, I think this is the room that has the water demons, isn't it? Let me see here. So, don't worry about falling. There's no real reason to fall, anyway. So break through this window here. I don't think you can get an on-landing charge. Oh, this room is pretty bad. It's a very polished room, though. Nice reflective surfaces on the ground. So this weapon right here that I'm using on these guys, the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang versus the Water Demons here, it's not that effective, honestly. It's pretty effective against the Beastmen. It's always interesting to, you know, when you're doing UTs on enemies, switching weapons sometimes, because every weapon's UT is different. They'll have different ranges and types of flamboyance. This one is pretty basic. I like the in Ninja Gaiden Sigma, it would do a vertical twirl that really wasn't worthwhile to do on enemies unless they were kind of grouped together, like in a corner. But here it does a straight attack. It goes right at the enemy, and
it really is responsive. If you move the left analog stick, he'll target other foes. Oh, I remember this guy. Yeah, this guy, stupid idiot. Anyway, yeah. So the weapon that kind of doesn't let me move the left analog stick as much as I want it to is the lunar. It seems to have like once you're going in for those twirls, you can move it, but I wish it was a little bit more. I hesitate to say responsive because it is responsive. It's just that, and no more enemies, by the way. Don't worry about it. You may want to go over here and save it. I'm not gonna lie about where I save stuff. I saved it, and I just went back and saved it because I wanted to. Once you land in this chimney, I have gotten mauled by this guy a lot of times right here. So you see right here how bold and seemingly reckless this move right there that I did. That's just because I saved it, and I knew that if I got killed, I wouldn't have to refight those water demons. So there's only those two guys. And I was kind of curious why there's only those two guys here. A couple barrels to smash. I don't think those contain essence. Honestly don't. But there's the life of the gods. And I'm going to pull up the number for you. I think this is, it'll say 1 here. It should. Yeah, so I used the first set of 9, and now we're going to be collecting the next set of 9. Okay, so after we save it, okay, so each time this is my recommendation about saving. Each time you go to a new door where it says hit the RB button to open the door, don't open the door before you go back and save it. I'm an upfront guy in real life, and I'm the same way when I'm making a guide and I'm telling people how to do stuff. I hope it doesn't come off as seeming like that, but this is a guide, and I'm trying to help people out. Like the people who are better than I am, and I'll readily concede that I'm not the best at this game. There's probably hundreds of people better than I am, but I'm just saying, like, for the people who, I don't know, for the people that, you know, see my gameplay and just, I don't know, I don't want to sound arrogant, but just the people that think they may not be better than I am, that's coming from someone who's very modest about his own gameplay, but you can get really good at this game. I'm just saying that you probably should save it every time you go to a new door. Now, the reason I'm saving every time I go to a new door is simply because these guys really love to maul you and jump on you, and I'm trying to, personally in my campaign, I'm trying to collect as much money as I possibly can. I'm trying to get a UT on every one of these guys, whether it be an arrow to the face, like this over here, if I can get it. I think that missed him. No, I took a limb off. See, the auto aim works really well. See, whether it be an arrow to the face like that, or simply just a standard UT with this weapon here, just save it. You might as well. If you don't want to, go for it. You don't have to. It may make you a better player, sorry. So that's why you may see me just kind of stand in a doorway when I open it, and wow, I killed every single motherfucker right there. Well, that was cool. I remember that. Definitely don't open this door unless you save it, because you got these water demons here. These, I might have to hold on a second. 1 second. Sorry, I got kind of flustered right there. I was trying to see who was sending me a text message, but what was I saying? Okay, yeah, these guys are so hard to deal with in groups. When it's just like one, no, I'm gonna say even when they're like one-on-one, these guys could maul you, man, kill you. Look at that hit that he just did. I don't remember. Sigma 2, these guys doing so much damage. They might have been. I don't remember, though. That's considerable damage. And I know that my life is not very high here, intentionally, because I'm not using these lives of the Thousand Gods. I just want to see. I'm going to get a little bit further into the game and then see how many I have left to acquire off just regular pickups. Throwing daggers at these guys is really, really good. I do it right before the Volf fight, too, because I said before, okay, there we got a, okay, so right here, you can't go back and save it. So once you open that door,
But the thing is, there's no more enemies prior to the save point. The only thing about that is that don't go past where the save point area is, because you're going to have some IS ninjas, and it's kind of refreshing to fight those guys after you face a bunch of beastmen. So see, the door over there is closed, and now I'm going to go get the herb of spiritual life. And I personally thought there were beastmen out here. What are there? No, there's not. Maybe when you come. No. Okay, I guess there were when we first came out of this area. I think in Sigma 2, when you redouble your circulation around these rooms, more beastmen come out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in Sigma 2 more beastmen come out of this door right here. Okay, so this is the area I meant up here. It's safe to go to the save point, but if you haven't saved it and you go up the stairs any further than where the save point is, like right here, see these ninjas, unless you're prepared to fight these guys, there's 4 of them. So do your thing, do the guillotine throw to throw these guys into the wall. If you're stuck with an incendiary shuriken, execute somebody, or do the wind path off someone's head, or okay, so how does that work again? Wow, there we go. Got a okay, yeah. So see that an OT nullifies the detonation of the IS explosion. So okay, we got a tough room up here. I make this look easy, but it took a few attempts to get it this well here. I have the Falcon's Talons up to level 3, and I'm doing the Azuna drop off the Flying Swallow. I'm charging attacks here. And we got a couple of mages on board for the fight over here with melee ninjas. There we go. I got a nice parry right there. Wow, that was I don't know what kind of thing that was, but that was really cool. Anyway, so there's a crystal skull in here. If you've already got the crystal skull, it'll be an herb of spiritual life. So there's the crystal skull, and now there's a notebook over here to pick up. I wish there were more hidden items behind these books, personally, but there's not. So now I'm equipping the lunar, and you can never backtrack down this well and make the enemies follow you. So try to do a 360 UT right here. The finishing move where he thrusts the spear or the pole up, the staff. My bad. That only hits one person, but the beginning of that combo works really well, because it does a wide diameter of damage. Okay, so this next fight up here, what you want to do is fall back, charge, basic stuff here. I think I do the 360, don't I? Yeah, I did the 360. I think I may have took out one guy for sure. Threw that guy in there. And just going to do some standard UTs here and stuff. Got grabbed there. You can't get out of that grab. Unfortunately, it's an animation, so or it's kind of, I don't know. There we go. Okay, so that's it for those battles. Now we're going to jump up the chimney, hit the save point, and deal with some more beastmen and some more water demons, all that fun stuff. So we're going to hit the save point now, and you want to save it and then fall into this, fall down here on purpose and do your charge. There's going to be, I think, 3 guys. 3 guys here. You might as well clear these guys. I imagine that you can just completely never fight these guys if you never fall into this area down here, but you might as well. It's an easy $3,500 right there, so you might as well save it since we got to climb the ladder right here. And there's no more beastmen until you try to open the front door. Over here in Sigma 2, you would just be facing beastmen right away. So now we're going to go over here. And wanted to mention that in this chest up here, I got 7,000. And I think the reason was that I had all of my health intact, and I also had 3 of the items that this chest was going to give me. It was going to give me a grains of spiritual life, so it just gave me the equivalent of that. 7,000, really nice right there. That chest right there, I tried to just stand in one place and charge up, but it wouldn't work. Those fish are kind of, they're really aggressive, or they're just not like the regular fish when you open those chests sometimes. Now you're going to go up to this door, try to open it,
it's going to be locked. So the first time I saw that, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then I'm like, okay, probably one of these guys probably has the key, or it's the reward for completing these guys. But you do want to save it after, though, definitely, because you're going to be got a carcass thrown at me right there. When I first saw that, I was like, that's bullshit, but it's actually pretty funny. I like it. Wow, guy punched me right in the face. I'm gonna go behind here and charge up. And then once we go into the throne room, we're going to be faced with just more beastmen, and they're the guys that have the higher HP. Alright, so having acquired the golden key, we're going to use that key, and no more saving after this. So once you're in this room, we're dealing with these guys here. I'm using the technique of not looking at the enemies, lowering their aggression. That doesn't mean they're not going to hit you. That doesn't mean they're not going to throw carcasses at you, but until you delimb them, they can't start throwing carcasses, obviously. So again, I'm just standing right here because I know I just saved it, and I could be, I don't have to be so cautious, so careful. Good idea if you want to stand behind Volf's throne. That's a good piece of cover to stand, so they potentially can't throw any carcasses your way that may hit you. That doesn't guarantee you're not going to get hit, though. So I would recommend, even if you don't have any, just reload from that save point and purchase some incendiary shurikens. Now, when I say recommendations for buying stuff, I'm just assuming that people have money. So that's why we're needing to do these techniques where we're doing UTs. It's yeah, I know it's cheap, but we need to get money, and these guys give you a ton of money. I don't see any reason to not do this. So I like how in this game you get to activate the switch on the guy's throne. Since we saw him in the cutscene flip the switch. So in Sigma 2 they just let the door go over there. I don't know. The little nice touches like that are just lost in Sigma 2. Anyway, so a lot of water demons down here, and there's no checkpoint. I tried to do an on-landing charge right there, failed. I think I got in a red charge. Yeah, UT right there. I'm just throwing daggers at these guys. I don't really want to waste my Nimpo. I think I used a Nimpo one time, but these guys are so aggressive and so deadly here. So just keep tossing these incendiary shurikens. Just chuck them like a madman, even if you have to waste 3 of them like I just did right there to do a UT. Just absorb essence, because this tunnel is a really bad place to be caught with these guys in here. And there's quite a few of them. There's probably 8 of these guys. And I don't even mess around with trying to get a UT because they're so wily. They move all over the place. So now I'm going to just keep tossing shurikens at the save point. And then we're going to be dealing with some more water demons. And then we'll presently be facing Volf. He's a pretty tough boss, but I know how to work with that dude. So we're gonna take his ass down after we save it. Okay, moving on to the next section. You want to go ahead and save it. I'm gonna backtrack and get this item right here. I sped all this footage up because you can see perfectly well what's going to be going on. We're just going to be facing many water demons before the Volf fight. So all you need to do with these water demons is take them out, and we're going to be using the environment to get UT kills on every single one of these guys, and hopefully you will not receive any damage either. So what you want to do is head on up to that promenade up there, jump over it, try to do an on-landing charge. If you fail the on-landing charge, don't even worry about it. There's ample time. In fact, you'll be wanting these guys to get to you even quicker just to get this thing over with. But there's a lot of these guys, I must say I had a big problem with Wolf. I was going to call him Wolf, fucking Volf. Struggled with him quite a bit, so I restarted the chapter and downgraded some of my weapons, meaning that I started my chapter 5 clear data, and I didn't upgrade some of the things that I upgraded in this run that you're seeing right here. So so when we next see each other in chapter 7, I won't have the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang up to level 3. I also won't have the Falcon's Talons up to level 3. So just things like that. Sometimes you make purchases that you later regret, and it's nice to have a save file to fall back on. And when I cleared the stage, I had over 200,000 essence. Not only because I abstained from buying those 2 items, those 2 upgrades, which would have cost $80,000 combined, those 2 upgrades at 40,000 apiece. But I got a UT kill on just about everybody in this whole castle, and found some pretty good exploits for some of these enemies. I wish I could have bring them to you, but oh well. That's the unique charm of this game. You could always find out the little weird quirks that the AI has. But that 90,000 that you just saw right there, I have 200,000 right now. Anyway, we're gonna do the next session with these water demons here, and this is a really good technique. Always try to look around at the environment and always try to see like what obstacles the AI has to get to you, always, because they're always going to be coming to you, and that's their greatest strength, but it's also their greatest weakness, because you can put blockades in between you and them, like this here. I'm just going to jump over. Now, they don't jump over. They have to go all the way around, and that gives you ample time to prepare your charge. Always look for that sort of thing. Look for the environment. This game is a beautifully crafted game as far as the architecture and the level design. And, I mean, just look at this castle. It's gorgeous here, but sometimes you can't get away with it. Like the Beastmen, they would probably just jump down here and get you. So you just these guys, any enemies that are like on a track, like a metaphorical track, and they don't like jump too much. Although these guys do burrow themselves into the ground, but as you can see here, they have to go all the way down the stairs to get you every single time. So definitely take advantage of that. The Volf fight, I want to talk about that. It's pretty tough. And the worst part about this whole thing is that there's no checkpoint after Volf. I beat Volf. It was a one-time deal with Volf. I beat him, and then I cleared the next section. It's just so god-awful. There was, I'm pretty sure, if anyone wants to correct me about that, about there being no checkpoint after Volf, please do so, because I know there is a checkpoint after the first Volf fight here in this level on Sigma 2, but I know I died after him at some point on one of my campaigns to unlock this difficulty, either on Warrior or Mentor mode. I can't remember. It was probably on Mentor mode. But there's so many fights that you just kind of forget where the checkpoint failings are in this game. But I'm pretty sure that if you die in Volf, just as we fought the mid-level boss, the Bone Skeleton, with no checkpoint, it's criminal, just egregiously offensive. So I cast Nimpo, I threw Shurikens, I did everything I could. And that fight right there is just a bunch of bullshit right there too. Make sure you have your arrows equipped, because you're going to need to have those equipped in the next stage, so you might as well have them so you don't have to swap out anything. I think I go into this fight with this weapon here, but I have this was a different take, so part of me was going to try to use a Talisman of Rebirth, but I said to myself, you know what, I could do this. Now he either charges at you right away, and if he charges at you and hits you, you're dead. Now, if you have more life than I do, you might be able to get away with him just taking away like 90% of it. See right there, I thought that it wouldn't go all the way across the screen, his UT right there. Pretty much all I'm doing is getting my Lunar 360 UTs. I'm not even trying to get on landing ones. The thing about this fight is that he'll just run over you like a bulldozer, and this method works really well. It's just that when he's charging at you, you have to have really good timing to evade his attack. I know how to evade it pretty well on Sigma 2, but this guy is a different
kind of a different story, and the analog's a little bit different than the PS3 controller. But whenever you see me casting Nimpo, it's just to make sure that he doesn't roll over on me or crash through me. So if you can only get an ET going, don't worry about it. Just do it. UT is obviously going to take more damage from him, but this is a really good technique. I was traditionally I use the evade. I wait for him to charge, then I evade at a diagonal direction at the proper moment, and I go to town on him with a level 3 Dragon Sword. But it just wasn't working for me this time, and I was just experimenting with this weapon, and I knew it would probably be a good idea, and it turned out to be a very good idea. In fact, even though I am terrible getting these UTs with 360 rotation of the analog stick, because I have carpal tunnel syndrome in the hand that is forced to do that rotation with the button. But so there he goes. He's almost dead right here, and I think I finished him off with some Nimpo here. And then you fight a bunch of beastmen here, and this was the first time I ever beat this guy in Master Ninja mode. I've beaten him a bunch of times on Sigma 2, but I knew there was no checkpoint here, and it's just such, I don't know, it's so bad. Because there's one point where one of these guys jumped on me and was punching me, and I was almost dead, and I was like, fuck, here goes Volf again, right here. I thought I was dead, you know? That kind of shit should not exist. No checkpoint. That's just bullshit. Utter bullshit. No consideration for the player. Come on. You beat a boss. Don't make the player beat the goddamn boss over again. Man, that's just, God, it's so awful. Anyway, so yeah, I had to use all my items here because I thought to myself, I have a lot of money. I have over 200,000 essence. If I have to use all my items just to make sure that I don't have to reface Volf, so I want to clear the section. I want to upload it and get it to my channel so people can view it and watch it and get help from it, or just be entertained, whatever the case may be with whoever's watching and playing, and whoever needs a guide from me. So there are quite a few more of these beastmen here on this game than Sigma 2, but I don't like using the scythe here since it's only at the first level of strength, and this weapon does a good deal of area damage. Just be extremely careful here. Have incendiary shurikens. Just take care of business here. Don't get greedy trying to grind for money, and always try to keep your health bar at the full amount. And then soon Sonya will come. This whole time I was saying, come on, Sonya. But it's not really a matter of this timing out. You just need to kill X number of enemies. So you see right there, I said, screw it. Screw it. I'm just going to use my last healing item because I'm not wasting progress. I'm not going to waste my time refighting Volf, because if I know one of these guys grabs the screen, I'm going to have to refight Volf, and no one wants to do that. I got a head ninja ranking. Thanks for watching, everybody.